I'm going to show you to do a lot of little sweet things today, from chocolate truffle to Zimfour, you know, after Gloria Zimmerman.
Yes.
That's her specialty. And candied orange rind. So, you know, one of the first things we do, we're going to julienne this to candy it. Well, half candied. So you are looking at me.
I could do it.
You could do it, I know. So put all of those, that I have boiling water here.
I put in the
there.
boiling water?
Yeah. You blanch this. That is, you put them in water, even in tepid water out of the tap. You bring them to a boil and boil them 10, 15 seconds. That takes the bitterness out of it. It's boiling now. When it's like this, the best way you actually drain it under, look at the color of the water. You see the discoloration and that bitter. If you really take thick piece of the skin, you blanch them twice.
Oh.
Takes more of the bitterness. Best way now, you should rinse them under the water. Put it back in there, you know, and then we start cooking it now. That's a third of a cup of sugar. Put a third of a cup of water here. And then you want to boil that 4 or 5 minutes until it starts slightly gooey. Okay. You see, it's kind of transparent. The syrup is kind of syrupy, and it's nice. It's not completely candied, you know. You can candy them more, but for us, we want them about this way. And that now we're going to mix it with
Raisins.
butter
Butter.
and some nuts.
Do I put the cream in now?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. So this is the top of that little thing we call Zimfour, and now we have to do a dough for it. Now here you have your flour,
Flour.
sugar, butter,
Egg yolk.
1 egg yolk, and then you can turn it on. Yeah, about a good tablespoon of water. That's it. See, this is a soft dough, like a cookie dough type, you know? So let's spread it on top of this. I want to have it kind of rectangle. Let's put a piece of plastic wrap on top, you know? I like to touch it, you know, like that. Not good. Okay, you want to roll it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you don't want to press too much. Go ahead, press back and forth. Good. Okay. Probably a bit longer than that.
Maybe would I fold the...
You're beautiful in your oval there.
Thank you, if you wanted a square.
I'm just shitting like this, you know. So, okay. This goes into the oven. And about 10, 12 minutes, 15 until it's nice and brown. And I have one here. Okay. And this is on top of this. You see this one?
Just this
here?
whole mixture?
Yeah. So go ahead, start spreading it out.
Do you want to bring it all the way to the edge or just almost to the edge?
Oh yeah, no, to the edge, you know. Okay, Titine. Now, remember that the dough is already cooked underneath. That goes back again to cook for another 15, 20 minutes. And I have one here, which is cooked.
Ooh.
I did a bit of a border here.
Oh, okay.
And it's cold, so it's dry. So take it out. I'm going to cut it on this. But before that, I want to put some chocolate in it. And you can do white chocolate, brown chocolate, burnt chocolate.
Hey.
Okay, that's enough. We don't see the thing anymore.
But it's fine.
Okay. See here, I have done a little bit of a border. If I don't do any border, then there is no trimming. Because there's no trimming, there is nothing for the dishwasher. Those are really good. Interesting.
Oh, it's good.
In between. Okay, a big one in the middle. That's it. And here it is, our Zimfour with chocolate on top and raisins and whatever we put in it.
Good stuff.
Okay, we're gonna do the same thing here. Big strip of orange. And again, we take only the top part of the orange.
All right.
Same thing with lime. Whoop.
Oh.
You do the same thing with lemon. You can do any type of citrus fruit, tangerine, lemon, lime. Cover them with cold water again, blanch them to get the bitterness out of it, put it back into those little containers, sugar, and this is cooked a bit longer so that it's really candied, you know. You see the way it is candied almost there? We put that in dry sugar, like this. You want to separate them in your sugar. So take a couple of yours, and I do the same thing here with my orange, you know. When they are separated, what you want to do is to saturate them with sugar, meaning that you want to dip them in sugar, you see, on one side and the other, Claudine, and press them, and you continue pressing them until they don't absorb any sugar anymore, you know. Okay. Now this is great to give to friends. You know, I tell you another thing. You can even get the juice in the morning for your breakfast, and first you get the skin out. Okay, so this should dry for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour. They're practically dry now. But then you can serve them as such. Now if you want to be a little fancier, then we dip them in chocolate. You dip them at the end, you clean up a little bit the back, and you put that on parchment paper.
Okay.
You know, so they won't stick. So you go ahead with the...
I'm going to do the orange in the dark chocolate, right?
Yeah, the orange are in the dark chocolate, and I'm doing lime in the white chocolate. But I like dark chocolate, right? So this, you would want to put in your refrigerator now. Within 10, 15 minutes, it's going to harden. It would even harden outside.
Here's some that are already cooled.
So those are cool.
Switch.
As you can see, those are hard now. And they really don't stick to the paper at all. So let's arrange them. Let's put like a flower, right? That's it.
There we go.
And then there is another thing that we do too, which we have here. And this is the petal of pansy or violet. And the same thing, you saturate in sugar, but first you dip them into egg white. Just plain egg white. You break an egg white, the egg white is liquid. Even you brush it on it, or you've done that, you can remember.
Yeah.
And that's a very nice decoration type of thing, so we could put that in the center,
pretty.
and they are very nice to eat also, yeah? Okay. Good. And this is our candied lime and orange peel. Puff paste it in.
Puff paste.
One day I'm going to show you how to do puff paste from scratch, you know. It's a beautiful dough to do. And with that, I want to roll that slightly thinner than that. And this is just plain puff paste that I've done. And you want it a bit thinner, you know. And a bit longer. You want it about the length of your tray. What we want to have here, you can mix that. This is half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I have a tablespoon of paprika here. And a little
some
dash
cayenne.
of cayenne, yeah.
Now, would you put salt and pepper? Well, no, you wouldn't put salt because of the cheese. I mean, that doesn't...
Yeah, you need a little bit of salt
Oh, really?
in there.
Okay.
Yes. Or even a little bit of pepper if you want. Okay, in addition. Okay, so I want to put a little bit of...
Would you like this?
Well, yeah. This goes faster. Okay. Now it's nice thing. Just give me about half of it on top of this. About half, because I have to do the other side, remember?
Okay.
Just sprinkle it like this.
Okay, what?
No, that's good, that's good.
That's about half.
Yeah. Still a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick, you know, when I turn it this way.
Okay,
I go rest my hand.
And I'll keep doing this.
Put it all over. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now what?
Well, now we have to cut it, you know. I can't even fold it in half like that too. I'll cut it.
See, I consider that to be very brave. If I do that, the whole thing will stick together and never come back apart.
Well, here is what happened here. I want you to extend it like this, and I want you to stick it, you see, to the side like this, and to the side here.
Okay.
You know why we're doing this? Because otherwise, it will have a tendency to twist all over the place and to shrink. All right. So you do that, you serve that with consommé, you serve that with a lot of different things, you know. A bit closer together, Claudine. See, they are not going to expand. They are not going to get wider. They get up, the puff paste.
Oh.
So I want you to do only half of the tray because I want to show you another thing. You see this here, which is another type of sacristain. You cut it in the middle like this, and then you fold it right through, you know, to do this.
I have never understood how that was done. All right, do it again.
No, you do it here.
Okay, this
Put it
goes
back
through
in the
here.
hole, that's it.
And
Then pull it through, yeah.
oh.
Boy, you're a genius.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Should I put these on the tray?
Well, I need the space because here is what I want to show you how to do the sacristain when they are twisted. You see, I put my hand this way and this way. I go this way here, this way, and I do this.
Oh.
See the way it's twisted there? Now, we do this one, and we twist.
And it's still never going to expand. It's only going to go up, so.
That's it. So again, you know, you see you have this. Grab them a little bit here so they're a bit thicker and roll them with your hand lightly, and this one, yeah, you see? You can do them more, less.
Oh, I like that. Can I try one?
Yes, okay.
Okay, so I go like this.
Yeah, that's fine, like this. That's it.
How come mine's retarded?
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good from the first one. So this is our sacristain. Usually you would want to put that in your refrigerator again. The puff paste has been worked. It's kind of get elastic. You want to let it rest to relax the gluten in the flour, that is the elastic part of the flour. You can even put that in the freezer, directly into the oven after. That goes well for that.
Oh, wow.
Puff paste is great in the freezer. Okay, so this we're going to do a caramelized puff pastry stick. You know, the classic way is to do it this way, which I have here, which is already folded. You can see here it's folded like that. It's brought together, it's folded, 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 and it gets together like this.
Yeah.
And this is rolled in sugar.
Oh,
and then
okay.
You cut it this way.
So first there's a flat piece of dough, and then there's a bunch of sugar, and then it's folded.
I'll open it.
Okay.
You see the dough is open this way. You bring it this way, you bring it this way, you bring it this way. And then you have that. So you have those cookies here that we call palmier in France, you know, palmier, which like palm tree. Now this is really good and it's a classic cookie. No, this at that point, it cannot be too close because this, I know. I told you the other one tend to shrink and go up. But remember what we've done with the dough. We've cut the dough and we've turned the dough this way. Now it's going to expand there.
Okay.
You know, the beauty of this is because if you get a piece of pastry left over and you don't want to have any trimming or anything like that, then you do this.
Okay.
And all we are going to arrange there is to cut pieces of dough just like this. You know, and you're going to arrange those pieces of dough right on your tray here.
Just like that?
Yeah, and we're going to have a little stick of puff pastry, caramelized, you know.
Ooh.
So here we are going to have, you know what we could have done also? Even more so, at the bottom of that tray, put a bit of sugar, you know. Caramelized sugar. So that creates really a caramel underneath, you know.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's put that in the oven, about 400 degrees. That will cook about 10, 12 minutes for those, not that much more for the other. Okay, so I just trimmed the end of it and cut that into maybe 3 pieces like this.
Nice.
Okay. The sacristain, usually on the palmier, you want to do them in a separate plate, but you can do them this way, Titin, you see, and after this way. You know, just like when I do the wood for the winter.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you have to carry it. No. Okay.
This is your caramelized puff stick here. Those are the sheaf straws, then the palmier.
Now what do we do?
Now I'm going to show you how to make chocolate truffle.
Oh, yes.
Good, you like chocolate truffle.
I love chocolate truffles.
There is a lot of different recipes for chocolate truffle. I'm going to show you 3 different ones. I have half a pound of chocolate here, melted, still warm. And inside of this, I'm going to put 1/3 of a stick of butter. I use only unsalted butter, of course. So I add my butter to it, and I have 2 egg yolks here. Put the egg yolk in there. The chocolate is hot. That will thicken the chocolate. You'll see the way I can feel it. You see the way it gets thick?
Yeah.
So let's it in the egg yolk. Going to thicken my chocolate. And that chocolate has become really hard.
Yeah.
When it's cold, you know. So this is your base mixture. Now what we use here is bittersweet chocolate. That's it. Okay, now flavoring.
Oh, okay.
Okay, one of them, cognac, about a tablespoon of cognac. One of them, extract of coffee extract, you know, and a bit of rum.
Okay.
And one of them, grated orange rind.
Oh.
And a little bit of Grand Marnier. And Grand Marnier is, of course, a cognac transformed with an emulsion of orange and sugar. So now it's called Grand Marnier. So now, look, we have to mix one. I'll make the other one. And that thing is, of course, too warm now to use. Make this one. It has really 3 distinctive flavors, and what we have to do to differentiate the flavor, we have to do a different topping.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if they all
If
look
they all
the same,
yeah.
you don't know which is which. I mean, you can taste a piece of it, then you put it back. You won't like it. I've seen you do that.
Me? No, I just taste it. If I don't like it, I give it to you.
You know I'm a garbage can, right? Okay, so now it's thick.
But
And
would
this,
you
of
use
course-
it like this, or?
Well, if I had more time here, I may put that directly and let it cool off in the form into little teaspoon of it, and then after mold them. But I have some cold one here.
Okay.
So what you do is this: get pieces about that size. That's it. I would do like about 10 each. All right. Now we don't do all of them, but okay. Well, that's enough. I just want to show you a few. So now, this is mine. You know, I try to roll them,
Oh, there's more.
do a little bit of a truffle. Well, you want to do a little bit of a truffle look, you know. You know what a truffle is? Truffle is a subterranean mushroom which grow in the root system of certain type of tree, you know, in different part of the world. And those truffle are very, very prized mushroom which cost a fortune, but they look, the dark truffle of Périgord, the southwest of France, you know, look a little bit like that, so we call that truffle, chocolate truffle. Okay, good. So now we put that into unsweetened cocoa powder. Just roll them in there, I see. That's it, it's finished. It's finished. Up. This is, well, let's do those here. This is the cognac, right?
Cognac.
That was the first one.
Almonds,
so
right?
we do that in the almond, yes.
Same thing?
Well, no, a bit more. You know, you want to crack it into your almond like this. Crack it with the almond so that the almond stick to it, you know. I like those because I love roasted almond. And the third one, we dip it into melted chocolate. You know, dip them like that. If you want, it will still do a little bit of a hat,
They're
you know,
shiny.
when it goes. But frankly, I go directly in there like this.
That looks a lot easier.
You want to, my chocolate could be a little warmer than that. On the other hand, you don't want your chocolate too warm because
Because then you'll melt your truffles right back into it.
exactly. this will now go into the refrigerator, not because of those, because of that.
Right.
So they're set. That's it. Okay, well, I can't wait. I'm going to have one. And this is our little chocolate truffette. Well, that looks good. What are you doing?
I'm going to give you a little bit of a tea lesson. I have a wonderful friend. Her name is Tina, and she's terribly British, and she taught me how to make tea.
Okay.
I'm going to teach you how to make tea. The first thing you have to do is you have to heat up your teapot. Just a little bit.
This is a nice gadget there. Water boiling.
Yeah. You just heat it up.
Yes.
And dump it right out.
Doesn't have to be a metal pot, right?
No, it's not necessary. Just looks very pretty. Now, it's usually 1 teaspoon.
English breakfast? What do you serve?
I'm using Darjeeling.
Oh, I love Darjeeling, yes.
And it's 1 teaspoon per person, plus 1 for the pot.
Okay.
So 3, and then 1 for the pot.
Okay.
You don't really fill it all the way up.
No, it shouldn't be.
Just
Otherwise
to
you
right
won't have
about
enough
there.
tea.
You know, now in New York, there are tea sommeliers. My friend's restaurant, Heartbeat, they have a tea sommelier, and they have 45 types of tea.
That's
It's amazing.
amazing.
Now, this has to steep for exactly 3.5 minutes.
That's a long time.
Of course, if it's 4 minutes, I don't think it'll be.
I can't wait. I'm going to have a glass of port. This is a Tony port, 10 years old,
Yes.
from Portugal, of course. Grated pork, as you can see, lighter than a ruby.
It's lighter than a ruby, a nice chocolate taste to it. Very pretty stuff.
For you.
Thank you.
So let's see a little bit what we did over there.
I like that idea.
Okay. The cheese straw, that's we started, with something savory, not only the paprika, but the cheese in it, and then we have the chocolate truffle. Remember, 3 different coatings, 3 different flavors of chocolate.
And the oranges and the limes dipped in chocolate, but they're crystallized first, and the flowers as well, which I think is a great idea. It's really beautiful. And then we also have the pastry, but sweet.
Caramelized puff steak, yes.
Yeah. And the Zimfour.
And the Zimfour to Gloria Zimmerman. So, Titin, thank you for having tea with me and port.
And port.
And thank you for watching. Happy cooking.
Happy cooking.